All right, what a better way to end this when the sun sets, guys.
Yep.
Let's get out of here. Gigi's gonna do her dramatic slow walk. Watch.
I can't believe she called the ball.
Are you actually gonna meet Kylie alone?
It's uncalled for, Steve.
Why do you ask?
I put my heart into that game.
I'm asking you, are you actually gonna have that meeting with her?
I want to talk to her, but if I'm completely honest, I'm sketched out by the whole situation.
I wouldn't.
Oh shit! Oh!
You say I wouldn't?
I think you should meet with her alone. No.
Good to know.
Yeah, I would also suggest against that. But I don't know Kylie like that.
Holy. Wait, nah, that's crazy though. The more I think on that, Gigi telling me I shouldn't meet with Kylie means Gigi knows something. Tati was encouraging that meeting to happen. Saint was encouraging the meeting to happen. Holy. Oh my god, the spice. Oh my god. She just said to me, I wouldn't, and walked off.
Oh, hell no.
So.
No, that's sneaky as actually, no, that is actually some
Don't
wild
tell
shit,
fucking
bro.
anybody. I mean
I'm not gonna tell
anybody.
no one, but that is crazy. That is actually, I don't know how someone can be that much. I don't know how they can have that little respect for someone that they've been in the gang has been leading them for this long. That is like some bottom of the barrel rat shit, bro. Hell no. That is actually some pussy behavior. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
And that's not even just manor, bro. That's Saint. She's been in Mandem even back in the day. That is some wild shit, bro. Nah, I got no respect for her after that. I'm gonna be real. If that's true, then that is like.
I think it is, bro.
No.
I think I need to meet with Gigi and have an actual conversation. I didn't want to touch on it anymore when other people are around.
Touch on what?
You telling me not to meet with Kylie.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
Well, long story short, you know, like I don't know. When I woke up, I didn't know exactly what was going on. I just knew that I went to the hospital and Kylie was up, and I got like bits and pieces of what happened. And we went to go talk, obviously, and obviously Kylie was frustrated, which I think she had every right to be in a sense, right? But again, I didn't have all the context or facts of why. I know she was on 10 because of what happened to Terry, and I kind of got the bigger picture of what happened. And honestly, I kind of like, you know, Terry went his own direction. It is what it is, but it's kind of deserved in a way. And then obviously Kylie felt some type of way when you shooting her. So when she was expressing it, she was like, yeah, I end up like was, you know, I was calling Steve or texting Steve, said I was going to do this, I was going to do that, stuff like that. And obviously, you know, it's one thing, like I get it. Because the thing is, she told me like, you know, I figured like she was, you know, kicked or something like that. So it's like, it puts me in a very awkward situation of like hearing that and then knowing this, like expressing like, obviously like I get it, but also at the same time, like I don't know how I feel about saying like you want to maybe talk or like, because I don't know if she's still angry, like having the talk and then trying something, right? Because you said, and other people said she was ringing around trying to like, you know, get a gun or something, you know, and I don't know if she actually got that or not. So I didn't want it to feel like, well, if it did happen, you know what I mean, if I did have like that meeting or something happen, like why Gigi, why didn't you say anything about it, kind of thing, you know what I mean? Because it's like I get having frustration, but at the same time I still can't have you trying to shoot, you know, my second in command regardless of the situation, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, I love Kylie, I love them all, but at the same time I can't stand by that, you know what I mean? So which is why I was just like, no, you're not gonna do that. Like I don't mind, you know, maybe having a conversation of everything that happened, cool, but saying that like I can't stand by that, you know what I mean? And it would have put me in a very awkward situation regardless if this person's in or out, you know what I mean? Like I can't. So that's why, like I told you, like, no, if you do decided to go, like I wouldn't personally go, maybe like by yourself or like maybe alone, because you know how Kylie is, she's always, you know, she's never gonna back down. So I didn't want you to go in there unprepared if that was the case, even if she still felt that way, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. So
question, during those situations where that made you feel that is a possibility that she'll meet up with me and try some shit on me,
say that again?
So in the meetings where you got the vibe that there's a chance she could try something on me in the meeting, were Saint and Tati also there?
Yeah, they were there, but they were also saying that, yeah, you need to have a conversation with with him. Like you don't like, even Tati was saying that no, there needs to be a conversation, like say something about an eye for an eye thing. Like she said like you need just to have a conversation with C and figure out like exactly what happened or what he was going through. Like she was saying it too.
Because Saint called me before Storm and she was very, very adamant of me meeting her alone, and she kept emphasizing alone. And when you gave me the tip to not go, I'm concerned with how keen both Tati and Saint are of me going.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just like I don't know, because here's the thing, like when we were chatting and like trying to get the rundown of everything that happened, I don't know if, like I said, because me and Tati and Say were saying like, no, you don't need to do that, you don't need to have a conversation, try to shoot C, like you don't need to do that. You can still talk to him even if you don't with him. Obviously I'm sure that's going to be maybe for me, like even later down the line past that conversation, you get to it when you get to it. But I wouldn't want to, I wasn't, even if that conversation was going in that direction, if that was, she was set in stone for that, I can't, I'm be honest, I couldn't stand by there and allow that to happen. Like I wasn't going to allow it to happen. So I know there was a moment that I think when she left, it was me and Kylie, we were standing on the side, and I know Tati and Saint went to go have a sidebar, but I don't know what they talked about. And then they came back, and then they were still kind of so set on like, yeah, you don't need to like shoot steer anything. So then when I kind of jumped off the railing by accident because I was trying to like be myself, but I ended up dropping. It took them a while for them to get me. So I don't know if the conversation was still being had or not. I have no idea what was said. But when they came and got me, they were still set in stone. I was just like, no, you just need to talk to C. Like they kept just telling Kylie. But that's majority of the conversation, and that was the end of it, kind of.
The sidebar's throwing me off. Like,
Yeah,
why
I didn't
would
know
they...
why. Yeah, I wasn't included in it, but I don't know if it was just something like totally unrelated. I have no idea. And then they came back a little bit after, but I don't know.
I'm just skeptical because, like, obviously I'm not dumb. I was sus of the whole thing already. Got meeting her one-on-one. I was always going to plan something, right? I was willing to go there and hear her out, but I would obviously have a plan in case she tried some shit. The problem I'm having is obviously you've got the vibe that it's not a good idea to do that, but Saint and Tati have both heavily encouraged me to do that.
But I don't
and
know
I'm trying
why...
to figure out, are they oblivious or are they, to put it bluntly, trying to get me shot?
But I don't understand why they would want to, especially someone like Saint. You know what I mean? I wouldn't understand why she wouldn't do that.
Neither do I, but also they're not dumb.
Like I get maybe Kylie's reason, sure, but through everything. But I don't think they would. I wouldn't think they would do something like that.
But are they, like, can you honestly say to me with a straight face, Gigi, that they're dumb, that they wouldn't pick up on the same vibe that you picked up on to warn me off the meeting? Like, you can't say it's not weird.
The thing is, yeah, it's weird, but I don't understand like the set on motive to do that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to be confused about. Like, I don't think they would do something like that. But Kylie, it makes sense too. But I wouldn't understand from Tati and Saint's point of view. No, I don't think they would do something like that.
I don't want to think of it of Saint especially, because me and Saint go way back. But the whole situation is just throwing me. And like, the fact they sidebar, I don't get the sidebar. The sidebar, are you close with them?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing, if there was something that they were actually trying to do something harmful, I think they would tell me. I think they would. I don't think any otherwise. Unless maybe I'm being mistaken, but I just
don't
like,
understand why they'd sidebar from you and Kylie. Like, you're close with them and your manor.
Well, yeah, that's what that kind of like confused the shit out of me, because it's just like. But here's the thing: if that was the case, if something was sort of like if something in that sidebar said, I think even Tati would have said something to me when we drove up here. She would have mentioned anything like, or said something to me. But she didn't say anything, so it makes me think that it wasn't just that it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it's probably something totally different. You know what I mean? Like, she would have said something to me. So that's my only assumption. Like, I don't think it was malicious, but I have no idea. I wasn't part of that conversation, so I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why I told you, because like I don't know what happened. You know, because Terry's gone, right? So say if you do went to go meet with Kylie, who's to say that well Terry won't show up? You know what I mean? Or something might happen. So that's why, if I wouldn't think it's smart, consider like I don't know your relationship with Kylie in the past. Like, I don't know if it was good or bad, you know what I mean? So if that was the case, I would just like, if you do, just I don't know, make sure you're shopped or somewhere, maybe go to somewhere where you tell other people or something. But still have that one-on-one conversation, then maybe have someone there. Like you just never know because of how things went. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the only reason I said what I said, because I think it would have been up if I didn't say anything. It was just like, oh, something did happen. Like, okay, well, you guys had me. What was said? Like, Gigi, why didn't you speak up and say anything? You know what I mean? And the fact is, like, I get Kylie having the frustration, but here's the thing that kind of like made me feel like a little hurt, a little awkward. It's just like at the same time, whether somebody's mind is somewhere else, like I'm still, in this, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't, it's already messy. Like I don't want it to be even messier, but it's like, I don't want to be in a situation where like, oh, maybe if I had to shoot Kylie or, maybe something's being employed and something happens to one of my members, you know what I mean? That's like a game of tug of war. Like it puts me in a very awkward situation too, that I truly, truly don't want, you know what I mean? So even if this is like a warning, I'd rather take the warning of something that could possibly happen and just like it never happened at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather go that route.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just Saint rang me, like I said, and she was like encouraging the one-on-one talk, and she kept emphasizing like to come alone and not bring anybody.
But maybe that's what it just was just like maybe just you and her. You know what I mean? Like having a talk. But then again, like I don't know. I wouldn't know because like she said, like Kylie was very upset and angry. So I wouldn't know if that was her intention. I don't know if that, because you said like people else said like she was ringing people up for, and saying that she wanted a gun.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna give her one or anything. So I don't think any of the girls would do something like that to give her one. So I personally just didn't want, like, I even upset like, no, we're not gonna do, like, you're not gonna shoot C. Like I'm that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like regardless of how you feel, like, yeah, I think at the time when she got shot, I was not okay with of how things were handled with her. Like that's just my opinion, and I don't agree with that at all. But at the same time, like shit is already messy. It doesn't need to be more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather give a heads up and a warning for something to like force shit if it did happen or something did happen that way.
Okay. Just I don't know.
But I think maybe you should, maybe if you want to even have a conversation with like even saying if you wanted to, or like have you talked to her recently?
Just before Storm over the phone.
Okay.
She brought up. I have a question actually.
Okay, what's up?
Is the manor a family or a gang?
In my personal opinion, my own perspective, in the very start, it did feel like a family because of what we were building, because a lot of people were close. But then obviously over time, when we got bigger and there was more mouths to feed and more opinions and a little bit more mindful, I slowly got to, and from my own experience of what I had to go go through a little bit, it kind of showed me like at the end of the day, like this is still a Southside gang. Like it turned into a gang, and it became the realization for me that I wasn't used to, that I'm still even trying to be used to. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, at first I thought it was in the start, but no, not now.
Would you say we've been pretty like transparent about it being a gang this whole time? Like I don't think any of me or SK have ever labeled
I think
it
by
as
certain
a family.
people's actions that were very, I'm gonna be honest, a little bit disrespectful. Yeah, it kind of shows like how much of a gang it is than a family, absolutely. But it wasn't never, came across as being a gang that's just what we are. You know what I mean? Like, in a respectable manner. Aside from a disrespectful point for when it showed that we became a gang.
Because Saint made a comment to me over the phone about she thought this was Saint made a comment to me over the phone that she thought this was like a family, and I don't know. It just the way she put it didn't sit right.
Yeah, I know. When I talked to SK a couple days ago, he said he wanted to talk to Saint because he's not stupid. Obviously it seems like maybe her head is elsewhere, but he doesn't know. And he wanted to talk to her a little bit. And I don't know if they've talked I don't know if SK's been around, if they've spoken to her at all. But I know he's been wanting to have that chit chat with her because he feels like, I don't know what I did in a sense where she couldn't come to me about how she feels. So whether if she is here or she doesn't want to be here, like I feel like I don't want her to feel like she has to be scared of me to talk about what she wants. You know what I mean? So that's also makes me feel that she wouldn't do something malicious in spite of even if she wanted to leave or not. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't think Sate would do something like that as far as the situation now. You know what I mean? So that makes me feel like that conversation is still pending with her and SK wherever, whenever that would be.
SK hasn't been around for 3 days, so I'm assuming it's still pending.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to see. Like, I don't know. I'm sketched out by the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole thing is. I feel like every time SK, you know, goes to sleep for a little bit, you know, fire.
I gotta
occurs.
deal with the mess. Yep.